Hello, Internet. Welcome to episode 4 of Verbal Graffiti with your host, Brian Glass. Notice I add a little incense candle kind of thing to the studio. I'm trying to improve the vibe incrementally. Is that how you pronounce that word? Let me know what you think about it down in the comments. And remember to dislike and unsubscribe. I don't know if I'm going to keep those candles because I don't smoke, so it's making me choke up a little bit. Also, I have a big fear of dying in a house fire, so much so that I keep, beside my bed, I keep a hammer. Just in case there is a fire, I can just hammer out the window and get out real quickly. I don't want to die of third-degree burns. Okay, with that weird disclaimer out of the way, let's get to a post I found on, what is this called? Red Pill Women. It goes like this. I, female 22, am planning on petty revenge for my cheating ex-boyfriend, male 29. I, female 22, broke up with my ex-boyfriend, male 29, nearly a year ago. He cheated on me with a trans sex worker, and FYI, he was bottom. Okay? Love the detail there. He admitted that when I saw contact info of them on his phone. He was my first boyfriend, and it affected me on so many levels. And it gave me anxiety about HIV and other STDs. And I want revenge. So I have screenshots of him admitting, and I am planning to send it to his close friends with a long explanation of what happened on his birthday. So he will be standing next to them while they are reading my text. Right now, he has a big loving friend group, thanks to me, because he found that job to provide for our future family. I am curious if this plan is gonna work, and I feel so desperate. I just want justice for what I've been through. Should I do it? I am not capable of doing that this year because I am living with my parents. I will probably have a job next year and can support myself financially just in case. English is my second language. Sorry if there is a mistake. That made me read this a little bit more difficult, but hey, it's okay. Edit. He also wanted to share me with other men. It was so traumatic considering my age and him being my first boyfriend. Well, I mean, let's just get it right out there, okay? You are batshit crazy. Everything about this post lets me know you are batshit crazy. Let's list through it, okay? You broke up with him over a year ago, and now you're writing a Reddit post in your non-native language. You mentioned that he has all his friends because of you. So I know what kind of lady you are. You're the one who thinks that he had no life before you were in his life, and that you made everything happen just because of your presence alone. You already were planning. You're 22, and you already had planned out your life with him. You had planned out you were going to have children. You were going to live in a cul-de-sac. You were going to have the white picket fence, the 2.5 children, the golden retriever. You're going to have the luxury Audi SUV. You'll probably be a stay-at-home mom, and while he's some doctor or whatever the hell he's going to be. I'm guessing by the tone of your post that you might be Eastern European. That's just the vibe I'm getting from my experience with Eastern European women. Love you, but you can be difficult, you must admit. What I see in your future is, in future relationships, there are going to be police knocking on your front door because of how you are. And they're going to have to intervene in some kind of altercation you have with future boyfriends. That's what I see in what do they call that? The 8 Globe, whatever that is. Like, that's what I see in your future. Clearly this guy, he's either homosexual, bisexual, or maybe he's just a kinky guy. I don't really care what his sexuality is, because here at Verbal Graffiti, we're live and let live, while you seem to be more of a live with me or I'll lock you inside and burn the house down while you're in there kind of gal. The clear answer is no. No. You cannot write a long text and send it to his friends on his birthday. I don't know what society you're living in, but in the society we live in, outing somebody's sexuality when they don't want to be outed is a big faux pas. It's not looked good upon, well upon. I'm not really sure how that term goes, but you can't do it. And what happened? Think about the consequences. Okay, what you sent a long text to his friends outing him for his kinks or maybe his homosexuality that he doesn't want his friends to know. And what happens if he's so mortified or embarrassed by that he goes and commits suicide? That's gonna make, if you're hot, like that's going to make the news and public opinion is going to go against you. And I'm not really sure the laws, but I think if you out somebody's sexuality and they do harm themselves, that you might be liable legally. So there might be like a manslaughter. I'm not really a lawyer. I took one law course, but I think you might get charged for some type of murder and might do some prison time. So definitely do not send a long text message years after you broke up with this guy to his boys. There's one other thing you should also know is when you break up with somebody, you get 3 lines of text. Okay, if you send a text to anyone in his circle and it's more than 3 lines of text, right away you become the butt of the joke. And we laugh about you for years to come. You're just, it just confirms your bat shittiness to all of us. Like we'll mention that years from now and laugh at you. You got to move on with your life. What you should do, okay, what you won't, is learn from this experience, this relationship. All right, because there seem to be a lot of women who fall into a habit of getting into relationships with homosexual guys, and it becomes a pattern. See, with you, what you should do is learn from this relationship, realize that you were dating somebody who wasn't completely heterosexual. I'm assuming that's what you want, and just identify that, oh, that happened here, so make sure doesn't become a pattern moving forward. And you really got to be careful about learning the sexuality of your future partners very early on. But just seeing by your tone in this Reddit post, you're not going to do that. You're going to continue to blame him for all of your problems and everything that went wrong in this relationship because you're batshit crazy, and that's what batshit crazy ladies do. Now, I do love petty revenge, and I will give you the revenge you should do. You're 22. Drink some tequila and fuck his best friend and send the audio of that session to text him. That's what 22-year-olds do. It's easy enough. He'll be embarrassed, and then you can move on and find a new guy to marry and have 2.5 kids and a white picket fence with. All right, I think that was a fun one. Let's go to a segment now. I prefer Filipinos to Japanese. That's just... I just used to live in Woodside, Queens. I love Filipinos. We're going to be honest with everybody. I do not like the smell of this candle incense thing. It might be a one and done with this. Maybe I'll get a jug of Kool-Aid or something to put on this table. Okay, on to our next post. I found this on Our Surgery. I guess Dr. Kim, some guy in Spain, did a complete facelift. My instant reaction is, well, why? I guess my take with facelifts is that you got to be freaking ugly or have some major deformity to have a facelift. Something where, like, when you walk in a room, everyone goes, ooh, ooh. You know that reaction when you see somebody like that. And this guy is not it. Like, if he walked across the street and you were crossing paths, you wouldn't even take a second look at him. He's not gorgeous, but he's not ugly either. So why is he wasting like $200,000? I'm guessing, I don't know. Is that how much a face surgery costs? That's money that could be well spent on a yacht or maybe a nice condo, maybe with a bathroom that's already finished. I don't know. I just feel like we're not there yet with complete facelifts. It kind of reminds me of if you watch porn in the 90s, early 2000s with the breast augmentations, they weren't there yet at that time. Like when the ladies, when the ladies would bend over, like you would see like these wrinkly lines on the side of the boob. If you're a porn guy, you know what I'm talking about. Like, we didn't really perfect the breast augmentation. Look at me trying to use real language till maybe 2010 plus. And even now, you need to be in like New York, LA, London, Dubai to get like the real perfection surgeries with breast augmentations. All right, Brian, get your head back in the game. This guy's facelift. I mean, I'm looking at it and he's got that huge scar. And as a guy, you can't hide that. Like if you're a female getting some type of facelift, like they all look ugly. Like everybody knows you had one, but at least a lady can like put a wig on or maybe a big, one of those Kentucky Derby type hats. Like what's this guy going to do? Like you can't, maybe a ball cap, but like 5 more years from now, that hairline is going to go even further back and you're just going to have that weird Frankenstein line. And that's going to be the first question everybody asks. Like if you walk in a room with a parent who has like a young child, like that child's going to point at you and be like, what is that? The mom will like slap her. But afterwards, when they're in the car going home from the doctor's office, your mom's going to get on the phone with her husband and be like, yeah, dude, you should have seen this guy that our daughter pointed out. Like he looked like a deformed man. This is not good. And there's no going back. Like, I don't know why he did this. Clearly he has some self-esteem issues. This goes far beyond like, hey, I don't like the way I look. And I don't think this surgery is going to fix that. That was money you should have spent in therapy or just a long talk with maybe your first girlfriend and try to figure out what it is that she did to hurt you, because something is clearly wrong with this guy and this surgery is not going to fix it. I mean, I respect the balls. The balls get a complete facelift. I mean, I don't like my face. I mean, I'm editing all these videos of me and I hate the way I look. Generally, until I start filming myself, when I brush my teeth in the morning, I don't look at myself. I have a sister who loves looking at herself in the mirror. I am the complete opposite. Anytime I walk by a mirror, I look down. When I'm brushing my teeth, I keep my head down. Like, it's almost like I respect the mirror. I'm like, please look down. Do not make eye contact with him. Like he's some type of monk or something. The fact that wow, a complete facelift. That is wild. What is going on in Spain? I know the men in Spain are gorgeous, so maybe you feel like you got to keep up with the Joneses, but I mean, dude, you're 51. You don't even look that bad. I mean, yeah, a few wrinkles under the eyes, but I mean, everybody gets those. I mean, that's nothing to be ashamed about. Honestly, I hate the way I look, but I think I look better now than I did when I was 25. I mean, how do you walk back into your office after getting a surgery like this? Like there is so much shit being talked behind your back. I hope you know that, because I mean, even though it looks bad, I mean, it is bad, but everyone in your life is kind of happy that you did it because it gives them something to talk about. And they all know. Like, that's the fun thing about having a fucked up family member, is that whenever they leave, you can talk shit about them when they're not there. I know that's faux pas, but faux pas, is that the right term? Maybe it's not in good standing. I don't really know the verbiage, what I'm trying to say here. But yeah, so many people are talking shit about you. And I don't know, man. How do you come back from this? Maybe get calf implants? I mean, there's nothing. Good on you, man. Good on you. I hope you love your life. Live and let live. That's what I said in an earlier segment. That's not the way I would live my life, though. Anyways, till next time, go suck a fat one.